Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Texas Chainsaw Massacre video. Today we're going to be doing like a news roundup of the last couple of weeks with some of the announcements that we got for the big patch that's coming next week for Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That's not dropped until the 26th now, so we'll talk about that once we talk about Rush Week in a bit more detail. But first off, we want to talk about this Virginia skin. It's not terrible. It's not the worst outfit they've added to the game. Virginia's finally going to get another outfit added to the game, which is nice for all those Virginia players out there. I don't play her personally. She does my head in. You know, she complains more than I do, and yeah, she just doesn't shut up. So the Virginia outfit, take it or leave it with whatever grain of salt. I play a Sissy, however, and Sissy's outfit got showcased to us earlier this week, and it looks fucking dog shit. I can't sugarcoat it at all. There's nothing nice to say about this. There's some toxic positivity people in about this as well. I don't know. Anything I have to say about this game, people are like, yeah, rock on, yeah, I can't fucking wait to pick this up. It feels like sarcasm or something like that, or they're just being satire. I don't know. I find it hard to believe that anybody is actually hyped to look at this outfit and think, yeah, I'm going to drop $3 on this. You know what? Sissy's Wildflower outfit was that bad. I actually thought it was the free one that we got, but now I remember it was Sissy's Bride skin. Either way, I would not be paying for the Wildflower outfit or this one. This is Art Bully we're talking about. If you look at their portfolio on their website, so they are responsible apparently for doing Sissy's Bride outfit and Shirtless Johnny, and this is what they're claiming. They haven't actually posted any artwork that they've done, and apparently they created Anna's dress and most of the recent outfits like Danny's and stuff like that. But, you know, going back and looking at their portfolio and their projects, what they've worked on Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I mean, they didn't create any character skins on there, thank God, because those character skins are fucking terrible as well. But they did create the weapons and the trinkets. I suppose their most notable one is Fortnite. Obviously, they create all the outfits and stuff on Fortnite as well, like back blings and things like that, and the pickaxes and all that stuff that they do. And also in terms of like character cosmetics, they do Fallout 76, and if you look on their website and look at some of the Fallout 76 designs, they look fucking awesome, especially the concept images and everything. So, you know, looking at that, and then, yeah, you're in the 70s, I get it, you're limited, but, you know, a simple Google search, you could probably come up with anything better than what is fucking getting dropped in this game for an outfit, especially for Sissy. I'm really disappointed. I want Sissy to have a really cool outfit, and to be honest, all her outfits that have come out, you know, Bride Sissy makes her look like a fucking shuttlecock, and the Wildflower outfit looks terrible. Like, just give us something other than a dress or something, like, for the love of God. And this is the lack of creativity again with the skins that they need to fucking learn from. Otherwise, you know, people are just not really going to buy them. And I mean, yeah, they're cheap, fair enough. I just feel like they inflate the price a lot because of all the recolors that they do on the victim side of things. You look at some of the recolors on their outfits, like, people's never going to use them. People kind of like the red and black colors a lot more, and yeah, I don't know, it's just stupid. They don't really need to keep doing it. Anyways, those are the skins that's going to be dropping with the update. Now, apparently we're going to be getting a trailer later on today. I probably won't be around to do a video about the trailer, but I do want to talk about Rush Week dropping next week and some of the controversy around that and some of the things that I do like so far. So I want to talk about the artwork. Now, again, we've just been shitting on the cosmetics and everything. Looking at the artwork for Rush Week, it's very, very nice. I really like it. It takes me back to the old school Dead by Daylight days when they used to do a chapter and it was a really nice design around there. It really feels like the same artist. I could be wrong. It really looks like the same artist that used to do the old DVD chapter ones. I'll probably do a side-by-side for you guys to review that, but I do like the artwork for that. And to be honest, that's probably the only real positive thing that I have to talk about Rush Week. You know, I really like the whole slasher design that they're going for here, with Johnny being the central focus, because he is a character that you could really turn into a slasher. I know, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, to be honest, TCM isn't really a slasher flick for me. You know, it's more of like a, I don't know, like a psychological horror type of thing. You know, it's all close-ups of like blood and guts and bones and things and mutilated animals and all that stuff. So, you know, it's not really like a Friday the 13th or Halloween, really. So putting Leatherface inside of like a slasher type of mode wouldn't have really made any sense to me. At least I don't think it would have. But, you know, I think they did a good job deciding we're going with Johnny. Now, let's talk about some of the details around Rush Week. So, you know, we have 6 sorority girls. They don't have any perks, so that's on the victim side, or whatever you want to call it. So you'll queue up you'll just get a random sorority girl to play as, or you'll get to play as Johnny, and then there's no perks as well. So then this traversal, the traversal's similar as the original game as well. It's got multiple windows that can be jumped out of, ladders to climb, and even an attic area with its own unique escape option. That sounds interesting. A pair of car keys can be found to unlock a car where you can radio to the police to get help. Secondarily, players can also complete a fuse objective to use a phone in the house to call the police as well. If the police have been called successfully, players have a limited amount of time to survive in the sorority house with Johnny. Now, there is an attic pole that can be used to make your final escape via the attic hatch, but be warned, at most only 2 sorority girls can escape through that exit. Johnny players can also break the ladder to prevent their escape as well. The sorority girls can buy themselves time by using various weapons and distractions like the wrench, the knife, and the pepper spray, as well as an all-new mechanic using perfume that can be thrown at Johnny to reveal his location. Johnny's objective is to hunt. With each execution, he will get stronger, making him more lethal the longer the match goes on. Within Rush Week, there will be a fear system in place where if a sorority girl was a high level of fear, Johnny can smell that fear and find them easier. This has been delayed till the 26th, unfortunately, which, you know, we were supposed to get 4 days early access if you get the content pass. I don't know if that's going to get, because of the pushback, we're now only going to get 2 days of early access, which I think would be pretty shit, honestly. You know, so far this content pass, I'm not buying into it. I would probably still purchase it because, you know, just part of my job, really. But again, like, it's the incentive, right? The incentive is not great. We still haven't really got any more information about what's going to be included in this content pass. Obviously, they've said we're going to get some skins and a new family member, a new victim or whatever, but you know what? Go in details about that a little bit. You know, by now we should have a little bit more details on what to expect coming in that content pass. And I know we don't want all the spoilers and everything, but, you know, it would just be nice. And then on top of that, you know, early access, only 4 days originally. Now it could be only 2 days. That's really fucking bad. Now let's talk about the details of Rush Week. And I kind of like the idea that they're going with here. And, you know, obviously the controversial side of things is there's no friend queuing. And I just want to touch on this real quick. It is a big, big mistake if they do this, because I mean, I know it's not the same thing, but playing Evil Dead and playing Splatter Royale, you could only solo queue in that. And yeah, it was not a great game mode to begin with, but it would have been nice to actually queue up with people in that game. And instead, you ended up solo queuing with people, and yeah, it was a mess, and it wasn't enjoyable. You just wanted to go back to the main mode and just play with friends. The same thing's going to happen to this, sadly. You know, I think they've got a really cool concept here, and I'd really hate to see this mode kind of just deplete from the player base and, you know, just go into the ether and non-existence like Splatter Royale did, because everybody's just going to hop back onto the main mode and play with their friends. And the thing is, people are probably still going to try and queue together. You know, they're going to queue at the same time and hopefully get in the same game as well. So really, their defense of not adding this friend queuing is a bit ridiculous, because people are still going to try and do it. Now, I don't know if the disconnection penalty is going to be a part of Rush Week as well. Potentially not. If it is, you know, then it could prevent people to keep trying to queue and get into the same game together. I just don't know. I don't agree with the decision of having no friend queuing and no role queuing. You know, for me, I pictured this Rush Week to being like, you know, you can build Johnny up sort of like Jason. I don't know. Decide on a weapon you want to use, and, you know, that will change Johnny up a little bit and how he would play. I really like the idea that they're going with as well with Johnny, where as the game goes on, the more executions he gets, the more powerful he becomes. It's sort of taking little snippets from Evolve there, where you played as the monster, you hunted down, and you gained, you know, the different stages of more power. So they kind of took that and put that in there. There's also some different escapes as well. We finally get some different escapes in TCM. And, you know, we still haven't had any escapes in the main game mode yet, unfortunately. But yeah, I was really excited and hyped up for Rush Week, and, you know, just find out that, you know, you don't really get to choose if you play Johnny or the sorority girls is a bit iffy to me. The game's already been taken off Game Pass. Whether you agree with me or not, that's a sizable amount of players that's not going to be playing the game anymore. So the player base has dwindled down a lot. Then we're going to be spread across 2 different game modes. A lot of people were going to come back to TCM to check out Rush Week to play with their friends. Obviously, that's not an option now, so they're not even going to bother coming back to play in TCM unless they just jump in to play solo queue, I guess. But it's just what I've been reading online, people's reactions to this, and you know, it is like 95% of the player base that is just not agreeing with them adding no friend queuing. And it just doesn't make any sense. If it's a balance problem, you know, what you could do is just have 2 teams of 3 queue up together and join the game together like that, and then have the one Johnny. There's no, you know, I do agree, because playing Killer Clowns, if you have like 7 people in your lobby, we're all on communication, all on comms, it just feels impossible for the power roll to actually do anything, I guess. So to have the 2 teams of 3, I don't think that's a problem. It depends on how the wrench is going to work, how the knife is going to work, and the pepper spray. You know, are they going to be short stuns? Are they going to prevent you from being grappled? You know, how is this going to all play? We really don't know yet. And of course, the new mechanic of the perfume to reveal his location as well. I just don't know if Gun's being too lazy about balancing around this, around it being a 6v1. I personally would not see an issue with it. And, you know, they've delayed it for an extra 2 days of quality assurance testing. So, you know, if they've delayed this for another 2 days, it's got to be hitting the mark when it comes out, because, you know, got the content pass that a lot of people are getting pissed off about now, the game leaving Xbox Game Pass, and then you're taking away friend queuing in fucking Rush Week. And I don't know if they're just scared people are not going to play the main mode over the... To be honest, this sounds more fun than the main mode to me. I don't know if it's because it's new, or if it just appeals to me more, being more of a slasher fan than a, you know, psychological horror, whatever you want to call TCM. But I do like that they got a little bit creative with this. Like I said, you know, they brought it at a slasher level. I just wish Johnny could have been, you know, separated from the main mode. Maybe even take him out of the main mode and have him just for Rush Week and build him up as an actual character where you can make some builds and change your weapons up and things and see how he progresses throughout the game as he's getting more powerful that way. And, you know, you get different effects depending on your build, the more powerful you get. You know, maybe I'm just overthinking this too much in terms of this being an actual game mode. The way they've designed it, it sounds more like a limited time mode where you just jump in, sort of like an arcadey fun time that gets taken away every 2 weeks or whatever. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like a fleshed out game mode. It just doesn't feel like it's got any longevity to it, unfortunately, just because it doesn't have the friend queuing or the role queuing, and I think they need to draw that back. You know, one of the biggest drawbacks from Killer Clowns was that there was no role queuing, and it, you know, I don't mind it personally, because, you know, I can jump. I mean, there would be times where I do just want to play as a family member or a victim, but most of the time I'm playing quick match. It's the same with Killer Clowns. I don't mind what side I end up on. I just, sometimes I prefer to play a certain side. It just depends on my mood. So sometimes I'm just not feeling about playing clowns, or I'm not feeling about playing human on that game. And it's the same with TCM. I'll just start queuing up as a family member if I don't really feel like playing Victim, which has been happening quite often lately, because Victim just feels kind of boring in this game right now. But everything else about this, I really like the idea about it. It's just, if they add friend queuing back, if they add role queuing to it, I'd really like it a lot more. And I think it would be way more healthy for the game going forward. They should really look at doing that. And, you know, like I said, adding some new weapons and stuff for Johnny would be fantastic. And then you could get some new executions with those weapons as well. So there's loads of things that you can branch out of here. And this is the most frustrating thing, you know, when you're covering games like this, is seeing the potential there. And, you know, it's not even reaching its potential, but it's actually getting fucking further and further away from the potential because of the decisions they keep doing in updates. And, you know, there's no doubt in my mind that 95% of the player base lost their hype for this game mode. And it's a sad thing. And Gun really needs to pay attention to the community for once. They really have not listened to us for this last year. And if they're not going to add this, then, you know, I guess they're just digging their own grave at this rate. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, I think it is a really cool sounding game mode, and they've, you know, drawn a lot of inspiration from different ASIM games and things that I think can work out great. And, you know, from the sounds of it, it doesn't really sound like you can speed up and, rush through things in rush week, I guess, even though, you kind of want to get your objectives done as the sorority girls so you don't get the fear implemented in you. Because if you're at high level of fear, again, this is kind of drawn in from Evil Dead. We had that fear mechanic in Evil Dead, and then you'd get highlighted to the demon. I guess Johnny can smell that fear and find them a lot easier when they have the high level of fear there. So, but yeah, they pulled in some nice pieces from different ASIM games here, made something really cool. They've got the radio and the cops, I suppose, from Friday the 13th, where there would be a certain timer before you could, Johnny has to get you in that certain amount of time before the cops arrive, but you have to survive that certain amount of time as well. So that's a nice little touch. You've got some different ones. You got an attic hatch there. Only 2 sorority girls can escape through that exit. I don't know on Friday the 13th if that was the case where you went through an escape in Friday the 13th, because I didn't really play it that much. If an escape would break. But on Killer Clowns, that happens as well. You go over the bridge in Killer Clowns, it'll get destroyed if, someone sprints across it or whatever. Only 2 or 3 people can get out that way. So, things like that. I think they did a really smart job of implementing all these little features from all these ASIM games. And I honestly think this has potential to be way better than the main game mode. I just think they're terrified of people enjoying it that much, as to where nobody's going to want to play the main game mode with Leatherface, Cook, and all them, and Hitchhiker. So that's maybe why they're kind of dialing it back a little bit and saying, no friend queuing, because we want you to play with your friends in this game mode, so people are still playing our main game mode. And I'm very hyped to try this out still. I feel like it's just not going to have any longevity there for me, because I'm not going to be able to play with friends or anything like that. But let me know your thoughts down below about Rush Week and what's going to be happening with it. It's not coming out till Thursday next week, unfortunately. I was going to stream it on Tuesday, but I guess we'll have to wait till Thursday. I should be back streaming next week as well, because I know you guys have missed all my live streams, and I'll be back streaming probably Texas. I've been playing it a little bit here and there. I've got some codes to give away as well, so for anybody who has not got the game on Game Pass anymore, obviously it all got taken away from us. If you haven't decided to go and buy the game again, I've got 3 keys I'm going to be giving away sometime soon, probably next week during the Rush Week event, or maybe it's the day before. I'll give away 3 keys on Xbox, and they're global keys as well, so they should work no matter where you are in the world. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below about Rush Week, and any opinions that you have about the new Sissy Skin, the Virginia skin. I'd love to hear them down below. Hit that like button as well. Hit that sub button for more TCM content on this channel. And I've been Pixels, you my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.